Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be working with my scraps. I recently went through and organized my craft room, and I just have so many scraps. And I don't have a pure like junk journal right now going. I have an art journal, I have creative journal, I have like complete trash journal, but I don't have just a throw whatever I got into the journal type of journal. So I thought I would make a pretty quick and easy one with you guys today, and using just some cardstock. This is just some cardstock I got I think from Walmart, and using my scraps. So I have two different baskets here. This is my paper scraps, so all papery things, and this is my cardstock. Oh my gosh, it's so full. I'm excited to use up a whole bunch of this stuff. So let's get to it. I don't measure. I guesstimate always, pretty much. So I'm just gonna go, I know that this is the center. And I'm gonna go on either side of the center. Okay, so there we go. We have the base of our journal. I also have many fabric scraps, so I'm gonna be using those as well. Okay, so I've grabbed these scraps. I'm keeping this very fluid and very creative, in the sense that I'm not planning any of this. So I'm just literally gonna take my biggest scrap. I'm gonna open this up. This is gonna be the front. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball. I want a little bit to go over. Actually, we'll do that. Okay, and we got some bright colors here. I even love like this part of it. I definitely want to keep that part of it. And then we got polka dots. Can never go wrong with polka dots. Okay, so at this point, I'm just gonna kind of visualize it a bit better. Okay. Do I love this? Not at all. At this point right now, I do not like it. However, through the few years of junk journaling, I have learned to trust the process. And so I'm choosing to trust the process right now. I think I don't like this guy in the middle. Maybe we'll do something a little more neutral. Maybe I don't want this. Maybe I want it to be mostly bright. Okay, I'm kind of liking that a lot better. Okay, before I think too much, I'm gonna put this down. Okay, you know what? Before I do that, I always get ahead of myself and I have to take like 10 steps back. Okay, so you do not need a sewing machine for this at all. If you're following along and doing this with me. At this point, if you're not using a sewing machine, what I would do is glue, because I have two, you don't need two pieces. I have done two pieces because I want to make a tuck pocket here. so that this is the cover, but this is going to stay open and it's going to be like a little hidden tuck spot. So I'm going to be sewing along here, like a big C, cube C. And what you can do if you're not going to sew it is just do a really good bead of glue all around here. Try to use as, like, I don't know if Elmer's glue or school glue is going to be strong enough. I would recommend using a stronger glue. Even honestly, if you have good hot glue sticks, probably hot glue would work too. Okay, so as you can see, it kind of warped a little bit, but guess what? This is just for me, and it's a junk journal, and it's going to be stuffed with stuff. So that does not bother me in the slightest. I forgot how I did it, but I think I can remember. I'm not folding it over. I'm going to keep it a raw edge. Yeah, and then I might do just like a strip of something here. Okay. I know it's different from what I had originally had, but what I want to do is leave a little bit, minimum 1/4 inch past the cover, because we're gonna glue it and fold it over, except for on this edge. Okay, I'm just gonna rummage through my other scraps real quick. Okay, so I quickly got a few more. I got some sparklies here. Ooh, and I also have this. I'll probably, ooh, this would be nice. Okay, so and we put this here. And then that. Okay, so I think I'm liking this at this point. So I'm going to start gluing. Once again, if you do not have a sewing machine, you can just do just the glue part. Another option is you can hand sew it. So you can literally just get a good needle and thread, probably a thicker thread, and just hand sew it and do some slow stitching. That's also a really great idea. I love the look of that as well. But because I just want to use up so many scraps today, I don't want to take up too much time doing that. So off to gluing. And because I'm sewing, I'm just going to be using a glue stick for this part. Okay, so I have this little opening here. So maybe I'll add a little strip of this. You coming in? Oh, it's my cat. Hi, Nina. Okay, so let's cut this extra bit off. And this is how it looks so far. Doesn't look like much yet, but almost done with this glue stick. Hopefully I have another one. I think I do. Okay, so now whatever is still showing, I'm going to glue over. Because I can't really fold the beaded part. So I'll just cut it off. Of course, we're saving that for later. Okay. I'm gonna stitch this. I will be back. Okay, so this is how it looks so far. Got the front, we got the back. And now we have the inside. So it's funny because I make my journals all different. I do all different ways. I don't have like a set formula. I just, like I had said earlier, I go with the flow. And I reinforce the spine, but it also just creates a nicer look. So I'm gonna do this area about 1.5 inches with fabric, and then I'm gonna do some of my cardstock scraps for either side. Okay, I found another big scrap, and I think I want to use this. And it really doesn't matter how wide it is because we're gonna be putting cardstock on either side. So it's gonna be covering it. We are saving that. It is sticky, but it'll dry and we'll probably use it as a tab. So I'm not going to, just to keep it simple and just to keep it more, just to keep it more simple, I'm just gonna end up gluing it. But if I was wanting to sew it down, now would be the time, so that all the sewing will be covered by the cardstock. Okay, now it's time to go through my scraps. I'm quite a maximalist when it comes to my journals. So I love a lot of print. I love a lot of color. Of just endless big pieces, little pieces, in between pieces. But I do want to try to find, I don't really want a collage inside. I want to find a big enough piece. Like I have all of these. How many of you guys have these type of, I mean, we'll definitely be using these. These will be used for belly bands and pockets. I might use this. I probably will use that. Ooh, I like this one too. Okay, so I'm gonna set aside the ones I like. This one's kind of nice. I like that too. So yeah, I think it carries on with the whole bird theme because it's got like the cranes. So this will go here. Should we keep it? Already doesn't look right. Should we do the cheetah or the butterfly? Kind of like the tab up here, huh? It even has a nice print. You know what? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make this, the tab stay a tab. Hold on, let me just think here. What I was thinking was I was going to keep this and then have this as a little pocket to like have this a little pocket because I don't have a pocket on this side. Why not? I am gonna do that. Sorry guys, my camera ran out of storage once again. But I'm pretty sure it was here. So I want to line this up, and then I'm gonna find where the center is so that I know where to cut it. So I can feel that the spine ends here, so I'm gonna go somewhere around here. Just give it a little snip. So it should. Yeah. And for this, I'm going to be using my 3-in-1 glue because I really want it to stick well. And I'm going to be pretty generous. Also, I could sew this in place to reinforce it, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to use the glue. Happens to me all the time. So I forgot to point out, I've done 2 mistakes too. So as you can see, I sewed along here because I wanted to make sure that this stayed down. Was I thinking that that was the pocket? No. So I had sewed the pocket. I fixed it off camera as I was fixing the storage on my phone. And all I did was take my awl tool, this guy, and I just took out the stitches to open it back up. So that was an easy fix. And I still got a pocket here. This, I wanted to make a pocket. And I fully glued it. So now it's just for looks. Which, I mean, it doesn't look bad, especially when there's going to be pages in it. It's going to be all bulky. It'll still look good. Okay. I ran out of storage again. Good times. But while I was waiting for some things to delete, I marked where I need to cut the paper. Pretty well. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so let's see how many times I can say so. Here's what we got. For the next fun part, we've got the cover, we've got the inside done, we've got the pocket. So we're going to put that aside and we're going to go through these scraps. Now I know that my bigger scraps are at the bottom, but I'm going to grab all different sizes and colors, and I'm literally just grabbing and putting aside. I have a whole bunch of these black and white ones. I'm not even going to care what they look like because I'll probably decorate over them. Oh, we've got a little bag here. So I'm probably going to be doing in and around 10 pages, could be a little more. That's off to a good start. So I'll do the paper ones first, and then I'll go in and get some of the cardstock. So I really like this, the craziness of this one. so we'll bring this back. We'll just measure. Like I said, I'm only doing one signature. I'll probably make a couple more of these small ones, so I have a whole bunch on hand and I don't get sick of, because sometimes I get sick of working in the same journal. Okay, so let's see, we want to go about here and about here. So yeah, so I kept it to one signature. That way it will fill up fairly quickly. Won't take up a lot of space. It'll be easy to work in. Because what happens sometimes with the really, I used to do 3 signatures and I used to do like, I don't know, like 16 pages in each one, and it would just fill up too much and too fast. And I like to put a lot of bulky things in my journals. So I find by making more of them but smaller. This is an extra because I wanted to write fortune, but I didn't have enough room for the E. This was for my fortune teller journal. Well, it originally was, but it's, didn't want to throw it away, so I kept it. This, I have no idea, but it'll make a cute little page. And you can do that here. I really love to layer the pages. And I have an unintentional color scheme going. It looks like it's mainly blues and creams. Interesting. I'm gonna use this bag, which is really tattered, but I like that. I think I want to put here. Oh, I even have, let's put that out of the way. There was a spot open there. Are we going to use this? 1000%. And so you can also, like, I'm going to keep it like that so that the front part is short and then the back part is longer. So it's just a matter of fussing around. I think I want to put more colors in here though. And I am limiting myself to only my scraps. I'm not going into any of my other stashes. I'm only using scraps. This is already a perfect size. Yeah, that looks good. This is where the desk starts to get really busy. This is one of my favorite thrift finds, was lined black paper, which I thought was so cool. Look good there. Kind of tones it down a little bit. So what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I think that's good for paper, and I think now we'll put up a few bits of cardstock. Here we go. Oh, this already has a tab on it. Okay, fun. Is it the right size? Perfect. It's a little bit big, but I don't mind it coming out like that because it goes well with that. Okay. What if we did a pop? pop a yellow. It's a possibility. I'm not totally sold on it. I also have this one here. Ooh, I kind of like that. What do we got? So this is our signature. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then I always like to do a little something on the center one. All right, guys, so we have completed our cover, front, back, inside, and we have completed our signature, which is just the bundle of papers. So now I'm going to clean this area up a bit so you guys can see, and I'm going to bind the pages into the journal. Okay, next step, what you guys are going to need is a needle that has fairly big hole in it, but not too big, because we don't want it to get too loose. You'll know what I mean when I... There we go. Waxed cord is what I use. I don't know why this is all tangled. The main reason why I love it the most is because you can tie it in about 3 knots, and you can very easily untie the 3 knots in case you've made a mistake. Lord knows I've made many mistakes while binding journals. So we are going to do length of the journal times 2 with a little bit extra. Okay, so that's going to be the size of the string. Put the string in. Put aside. So the tricky part of having so many different layered sizes of paper is it's hard to clip them down. So we are going to, oh, what happened here? I think we're doing this. I don't think I want this. I'm taking out the yellow bit. Okay, so we're gonna find the center, which is here. Okay, and you're gonna wanna make sure that all of it's, for those of you that don't already know, you can probably fast forward this part if you already know. So we've got that, and we've got this. These guys come in handy because they're long. Oops. So that they cover a good portion of all the pages. Although we don't want it right on the spine because we're going to be putting holes there. So I got one on one side. I got these on Temu, by the way. One on this side. Let's tuck that guy in there. You just want to make sure that you have a nice snug, see this guy needs to be tucked in. You want to make sure that the creases align as much as possible. Forward a little bit. This part's kind of important because this is how the layout is going to be for your journal. Okay, so those two worked well. Sometimes I only have these guys, and so I have to kind of do, I say sometimes, I wasn't able to find these, before I cleaned out my craft room. So I had to use these ones, and it was tricky. I had to do multiple pages, but these work really well. Okay, so we've got that. Next, we're going to line up we're going to mark holes where the holes are going to be, both here and on the spine. Now, a lot of you who are experienced are going to probably look at my method and think I'm a little bonkers, and that's okay. We all have our own way. I'm actually going to use a silver, no, I'm going to use gold so that you can really see it. And I'm just eyeballing. If I lined it up, which I probably should have done, but once again, this is just a playful journal that we're putting together, then it would have been a lot easier. However, I'm just going to use the end of the cardstock as my gauge. And I say gauge because I don't know what the word is. It's my focal point. And I'm just going to eyeball it about here. And then about inch and a bit from the top, inch and a bit from the bottom. Okay. Now, while that is there, I am going, oops. I'm going to mark it. Like so. Okay. So I'm gonna just open that up a bit. Once again, it looks really off because of the lines, but it should be pretty straight and narrow. And then I'm gonna go open this up to the holes, and I'm just gonna go through in hopes that it's gonna be in the center. Yep. Might be a little bit off. It's okay. That one, that's okay. This one doesn't quite, doesn't quite go to the top, but because it has the center one, it's not gonna go anywhere. And I don't know if the bottom one's gonna, yeah, that one barely made it. Okay, so we got our holes in our signature, and we've got our holes in our spine. Now we get our trusty needle and thread, and we are going to go, I was thinking of it as like diving in to the center. Okay, so we're on the other side here. Let's do this. And we are going to find the center hole here. So I'm not fully center in the spine. All good. I leave a tail about this much, give or take. And then we go in, dive in through the back. I don't know if you guys can see. And we're back inside. We are going to skip the middle and go to this side, the bottom. We are going to go in the bottom here. Flip. Okay. At this point, you want to make sure you still have a tail so you don't lose it. And we're going to go right back into the first hole. Take the needle out, give it a little tug, and we have 2 strings on this one side. We want to have a string on either side of this main one there. I do 3 knots. So these are the knots I'm talking about. 1, to 3. And if I ever needed to, like, let's make sure I didn't do it upside down. No, I didn't. But there have been many times where I've put the signature in upside down. And with the wax thread, it's really easy to get your awl and just kind of go through the knot right there. Like, it comes right out. And because it's waxed, it kind of stays put. It kind of doesn't go anywhere, which is great. Now we are good to take the clips out. And voila, we have our own little junk journal. Now I can put all my junk stuff in it. Not junk, my little treasures. And you guys can be a part of that with me, because my next video will be putting in the most recent junky things that I've accumulated over the past month or so. I'll probably be adding a few more details onto this as well. Just depends on how I feel the day of and what I want to work on. And there you are, guys. So it was a bit of a tutorial. I'm a bit of a mess with tutorials, as you can tell. However, I think you got the gist. I hope you got the gist of how I made this and how it's, at the end of the day, just fun. And this was created completely from my scraps. So even if you just find old mail, old papers, packaging, gift bags make really good pages. Just go around your house and see what you can find, and you can create an awesome little journal. So I'm excited to work in this or play in this and bring you guys along. But for now, that's it for the video. Thank you if you made it this far. I really appreciate it, and have an awesome day. Bye.